Good morning, everyone. Before we start, I wish to acknowledge the people of Kuli Nations on whose land we are gathered today. I pay my respects to their elders past and present. My name is Suresh Kumar Balasubramanian, and I'm an associate professor at the School of Biological Sciences. And this is my colleague, Associate Professor Francine Marcus, who is also from the School of Biological Sciences. As we know that 21st century is known as the century of biology. Freeman Dyson once mentioned that it has become part of the accepted wisdom to say that the 20th century was the century of physics and the 21st century is the century of biology. And more recently, someone whom many of you will know, with anyone who's holding an iPhone, Steve Jobs recently said that the intersection between biology and technology is going to be one of the biggest innovations of the 21st century. So before we tell you about some of the aspects of the course, we want to give you, show you a welcome message from Moira O'Brien, who is the head of the School of Biological Sciences. And I'll play that video for you to listen to her first before we get going.
Hello and welcome to the School of Biological Sciences at Monash University. My name is Moira O'Brien and I have the pleasure of being head of school. Biological sciences is the study of life. It's about humans and animals and plants. It's about bacteria and viruses. It's about the cell biology and physiology of development and growth. It's about fertility and nutrition and how we age. It's about the study of the environment, diet and lifestyle and how they shape responses in organisms and the genetics that underpins growth and disease. It's also about climate change and conservation biology. It's about how species interact within an ecological space, and it's about how we can mitigate and reverse the damage caused by human activity. It's about the future of the planet. We are one of the most accomplished schools of biological sciences in Australia and the world. So if you're interested in the living world, we are the place you should study. Our strengths lie in genetics, genomics and bioinformatics, plant sciences, ecology, environmental and conservation biology, and evolutionary biology. Teaching and research is undertaken in state-of-the-art laboratories and a diverse range of field settings spanning the tropics to Antarctica. The academic staff within the school are world leaders in their field, and students benefit from being able to tap into their knowledge and the associated training opportunities. Our staff are outstanding educators and mentors. Our mission is to provide students with the knowledge, skills, and experiences to enable them to take advantage of the wide range of career opportunities. We believe in the value of hands-on experiences. As you will learn in other areas of this webpage, we provide Bachelor of Science students with a range of specializations within the life sciences. Leadership, teamwork, analytical and communication skills are emphasised, thus greatly facilitating graduate careers in industry, business, government, and the non-government sectors. We aim to train flexible, innovative thinkers who can move freely across fields, graduates who are ready to lead in a future where the intersection between biology and technology is increasingly important. We want you to major in an area that you feel passionate about and to graduate with the skills required to land the job of your dreams. I'm also delighted to announce that starting in 2021, we will take our first intake of Masters of Genome Analytics students. This Masters program is firmly aimed at training a future-ready workforce to staff the burgeoning field of genome analysis, be it in medicine, conservation biology, or disease surveillance. This Masters will complement our hugely successful Masters in Environment Sustainability. Please take a look at these programs and consider if this is where your future lies. Please contact our staff and ask as many questions as you like. There has never been a better time to be a scientist. Thank you.
So you heard from Moira where biology can take you and different diverse options that are present there. We want to use our own examples to try and give you a sense of, how in an individual's life, studying in general and biology in particular actually makes huge difference. So what you are seeing here is a picture of my village. And you're actually seeing a photograph from my own house. And this is a village in India where I kind of was born and brought up. And then I studied in the school, which is right shown down there, which is a very small school. And we actually were sitting on floors and studying. And after our graduate, studying biology, I kind of went on, got an opportunity to do a PhD in Switzerland, so which is what you're seeing here. And then went on to do a postdoc in Germany, where the DNA was isolated for the first time by Friedrich Miescher. And it was amazing to sort of see and visually observe all those history of biology there. And then from there, I got an opportunity to come back to Australia, which was the friendliest country that I have ever visited. And here we are now running our group. Initially, I was at the University of Queensland and now at Monash University. So my journey from Mallupati and Melbourne has been simply made possible simply because of my education. And that's the point I want to try to get across. At this stage, I want to invite my colleague Francine to sort of tell her about her journey. Francine, over to you.
Thank you. So I'm originally from Brazil, as you might be able to tell by my beautiful accent. And I came to Australia back in 2006 after I had completed my master's degree to have initially a gap year. And after I was here for a few months, I decided that I loved Australia, and that was a very young version of myself when I first came to Australia. I loved Australia, and I was very lucky to be offered a PhD scholarship at Sydney University. After that, I was then offered a postdoctoral position at Federation University. I secured then very prestigious fellowships while I was there. Moved to the Baker Heart and Diabetes Institute until in 2018, I was recruited by Monash University to now lead a team. And I think something that is really dear to me in terms of medical research and research in general, and particularly biology, is how multidisciplinary biology is, and how in biology, and especially at Monash University, we value inclusion and diversity. So we have very diverse terms in terms of our teaching group, but also our research group. And this is important because diversity is key to a lot of different findings in our lives and in our fields of research, but also it is key for diversity in careers, also career options. So we know that our graduates in particular, they have gone on to have a lot of different careers that reflect on the diversity of the teaching and the research we do. These include careers in healthcare and pharma, in food and agriculture, synthetic biology, biotechnology, conservation, biosecurity, medical genomics. Also jobs in government into policies, for example, science, communication and journalism, intellectual property regulation and policy analysis, management, and also personalized medicine and genetic counseling that we're going to tell you a little bit more about it soon. And if we look in terms of some of the statistics where our graduates go, we know that 45% of them are employed straight after their Bachelor of Science degrees, and more than half entered biology-related positions, many that I mentioned before that include research, but also conservation work, regulatory work, and also consultancy. Another 31% then on went to do further study, and 90% of those then continue in the field of biology. So many of these graduates that went to do further studies, they did honors and also PhDs, and they gained jobs in many areas of biology that include biotech, pharma, conservation, consultancy, again, and biotech and regulatory roles.
So we want to sort of now give you an overview of how the Bachelor of Science options work. And one of our favorite things that Monash offers, which is a possibility for you to do a double degree. There are very few universities around the world that gives you that possibility. And at Monash, you can do a Bachelor of Science degree, not together with multidisciplinary manner, together with Bachelor of Arts, Biomedical Sciences, Commerce, or even Engineering, Global Studies, Information Technologies, and Laws, and Music. So it's a diverse option that gives you, that opens up not only in your educational opportunities, but also opening up your mind to diverse ways of thinking. So how does the BSc actually work? So BSc in Monash is a 3-year degree. It involves lectures, tutorials, and practicals. And nowadays, with all these online tools and technologies, we can offer these courses not only for people just who are physically present here, but we can actually even go beyond and offer opportunities even for individuals who may not be sometimes be able to attend campuses because of the technology that is available to us. So the approach we take is problem-based, inquiry-based, and research project-based approaches, and it is not sort of a rote learning traditional kind of approach which is followed in many other universities. So our courses involves lectures, labs, and field trips and camps, and here you're seeing some of our students in some very fancy locations, both inside the laboratory as well as outside in natural field settings. And that's, I wish I had this opportunity to visit many of these things, but we are sitting here in a desk and trying to talk to you about what opportunities we provide, but the students get all these excellent options. So everyone who wants to know is, how do we actually get into biology in the first place? So our requirements are, you need to have a study score of at least 25 in English, or if you're doing an EAL, then it should be at least 30 in a VCE option. For international students who are watching this, there are other opportunities, and I would encourage you to get in touch with the Faculty of Science, and we can, you can look into the website and you get additional opportunities. Clarification as to what the requirements are. And we don't expect you to study biology for you to study a BSc in biology at your school level, but you should have taken at least one sub-science subject, which is like biology, chemistry, environmental science, geography, mathematical methods, or specialist mathematics in the context of the VCE. But for international students, again, I advise you to get in touch with the faculty, and there are slightly different requirements, and you need to fulfill those requirements. And in a VCE context, this year, the kind of cutoff was around 85. So, even for double degrees, many of the double degrees, like for instance, Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Computer Science, you may be, 85 may be enough, but some of the other double degrees require a slightly higher ATAR. But all this information is available to you in the undergraduate course guide which is available in the science booth. So, irrespective of whether you do a BSc single degree or a double degree, our approach is pretty much similar. In the first year, we provide you a broad exposure with some of the breadth subjects. In the second year, we want you to consider a potential specialization you might want to actually do. And in the third year, hopefully you become an expert and you become a kind of a real biologist, if I have to say so. So in the first year, you are expected to do 2 to 3 units of general biology. And there are some breadth requirements, and there are some statistical and mathematics requirements that we think is required for having quantitative skills that are required in every job in nowadays, and that is actually imported on straight away right in the first year itself. And we also do some breadth subjects such as human evolution and modern society, or generic skills such as scientific methods, problem solving skills, information management, evaluation. All of that is imported as part of various units that we offer during the course of the bachelor's program. And in the second year, you are supposed to undertake a core unit in scientific practice and communication. That's almost all our students do that. And then you need to choose your major areas of interest. So you can choose to study 2 to 3 different subjects. So you can choose to study, for instance, genetics, or you can go into the ecology and conservation biology, or plant sciences, and so on and so forth. So this kind of sort of gives you a bit of an exposure into various majors that we offer, but these guys become sort of a requirement for you to go further on and actually major into the specific area of research or specific area of study that you want to continue in your third year. And one of the in the third year, you're expected to become an expert, which means that you need to develop a high-level understanding of the field. We also offer an opportunity to do a research project if you wanted to take on, of various types. And these are the, some of the different units in the third year, and they kind of fall into the various majors that we offer in the School of Biological Sciences. But in a BSc, you have plenty of options, and I'm not listing every single major that's over here, but you can go into the website and you can see what are all the options that are available to you. So I want to request Francine to come over and tell us about our master's program. Francine.
Thank you. So we have 2 masters in our school. These include the Master of Environment and Sustainability. This is a master program that has been available now for a few years, and our students absolutely love it. And we're launching in 2021 a new Master of Genome Analytics. So this is a 2-year full-time course. And if you're wondering why we're launching a new Master's on Genomic Analytics, the reason is because sequencing costs of DNA has been coming down in the last decade. And we're able now to produce an enormous amount of data in a very quick amount of time. But one of the major limitations that we have at the moment is between the production of this data and taking it back into the clinic. And with these masters, we're going to train graduates to be able to fill in this gap and be able to analyze this data effectively and quickly. And this is going to be the only master of a kind available in Australia, with a lot of links to the industry. So these are going to be trained also in the industry to be able to fill in the need for these skills very quickly right now and in the near future. So during our degrees, our graduates learn a lot of transferable and employable skills. This includes communication, both written and oral. I'm sure you appreciate that this is a really important skill. Even these days, when we're doing a lot of things from home at the moment during the restrictions, being able to communicate effectively is essential. Also, skills in terms of problem solving, critical thinking, and scenario-based learning, organization, being able to work independently, but also to work well in teams. This is also all the very important skills that our graduates develop through the courses, as well as project management and innovation. And please come now and visit our biology information booth. We have lots of videos about research, interviews, and also the opportunity to interact with many of our students and also our teaching staff, including many of the lectures. And we also have available a George Marshall Reserve virtual tour. Usually this tour is available in person, but due to the restrictions today, this year, is going to be online. This is a reserve that we have at Monash Clayton campus here in Melbourne. It's a beautiful place, and we hope perhaps in the future you can come and see it in person. And we also have lots of course advice in the biology information book. So we hope to see you there. And thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and please let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Francine.